Alright, this is for all my friends out there that want to see all the cool stuff I've got. The last video, I had to rush a little bit, so I'm going to do this in two parts, because it probably doesn't all fit in 10 minutes, so that's that. And I'm just going to start by turning around over here. Now, there's not a lot over here to see, except my electric guitar, some totes. That is an antique train, which I am still putting together, so that's not really part of the video. But things that are part of the video, well, here's some Dungeons & Dragons miniatures, which I don't have anywhere to put at the moment, but hopefully soon. There's some new Star Trek stuff, which again is just kind of out of the way. The kids love the Viewfinder. There's an Optimus Prime and some awesome basketball posters in the back. They were on the last video. There's a kind of cool Star Wars poster. Anyway, there is the Gears of War 3. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it here. Marcus Phoenix doing his deal. And I forget what they called that, Epic Edition or something. There's a couple toys, and not a lot has changed over here. Whoops, knocked over some paintbrushes. This is a shelf, essentially a basketball, and there's an Atari. Do have a new center here. There's all the old Nintendo games, some TurboGrafx games in there, and TV, Nintendo, TurboGrafx, DVD player, and the like. And this is just kind of a sitting area, a couple chairs and a coffee table, useless CDs. Here's some Star Wars models that I have yet to put together. The Hoth scene and Jabba's palace, and some Lord of the Rings Risk, and a few other things. Jimi Hendrix puzzle, and some other stuff. This is, there's the Beatles not rug, the Beatles blanket that my friend Chris gave me. What up, Chaz? There's some more Beatles stuff that my brother-in-law gave me. There's a Death Star up there, which is kind of out of the way. I guess I don't really have room for it, but this is really coming into the main crux of things here now. So here we have the Star Wars miniatures set, the Hoth set. Got a paper model of R2-D2, which is pretty spot on. Up here, I have some Exo Squad. I figured out what this stuff was called. Monster Force, I believe. And I actually have one more that I didn't even know I had. Some Bionic 6. Still looking for more of that at a reasonable price. And of course, Dick Tracy. And the kids were here yesterday, and they left a spoon. Up here, I have some Spider-Man stuff. There it is. I can get it to focus in a little bit better. Venom, Carnage, Hobgoblin. Although his card says Air Assault Doc Ock. See if I can get in there. I don't know if it'll focus or not. No, it's not going to focus. But anyway, there's Spider-Man from Marvel Universe. There's Spider-Man from Spider-Man Classics, the animated series. And there is the Spider-Man from the new set of Spider-Man. Awesome Nintendo Power poster. Some more posters over here. Superman is back. Star Trek. What have you? There's a Captain America, who's pretty cool. And more Star Wars. Pez. This is the Rancor model set, which is actually relatively hard to find now, but I found it fairly cheap a few years ago. Here is getting into some Marvel stuff. And this is mostly Wolverine, with the exception of a couple Iron Man and a couple Deadpool. This one is almost entirely Spider-Man. Actually, I think it is entirely Spider-Man, or Spider-Man related. Spider-Woman all over on the right, and a couple Carnage guys there. Yeah, it's Spider-Man. Here's move down, X-Men and X-Men related stuff, and move down a little bit more, and there's some more X-Men and X-Men related stuff, and then a couple things that don't really go anywhere, belong with anything. And then down here on the bottom is I have some Cops and Crooks. I have some Rock Lords, some Dino Riders, some Battle Beasts, and in the car is that is the Shadow, and that is what belongs to him. So then over here we have, we'll go down here first, Captain America, and some pretty cool Captain America stuff. That's from the Marvel Universe. Red Skull is from the movie, but they're the same scale and they look pretty cool. Some Hulk stuff. Up here we have Batman. Several different variations. Batmobile with Batman and Robin in it. Then we get the Voltron stuff. So here's shelf 1 of Voltron. And there's shelf 2 with all of the original Voltron figures in the package. And then the Voltron Castle with the figures loose. They're not all complete. If you happen to have a blue key, or a black key, or a red helmet, or a yellow key, I would be interested. So, I don't know how many people would actually have any of those, but anyway, over here, some Matrix stuff. The first video I made, there were a few people who said they didn't care for the Matrix stuff. Well, tough luck. I like it. And more Matrix stuff here. And then a nice little Mr. T. Sometimes I take Mr. T and I put him in Morpheus's chair, and would have totally changed the dynamic of that movie. Maybe some more people would have liked it. Legend of Drizzt stuff, all the Salvatore books, and there's the battle scenario for the D&D miniatures. Transformers, don't really care for Transformers all that much. They're okay, but some of the original ones I really like. So there's some Transformers, and down here some Justice League, or DC, or whatever you want to call it. Superman, Aquaman, Flash, Hawkman, that sort of stuff. So probably by far the coolest one is that Hawkman. I just think he is so cool. And actually the Hawkman next to him is very cool too. They've done a good job on doing Hawkman, unlike some of the other guys. Like Aquaman, for instance, who does not look cool at all. So anyway, that'll be the end of part 1. And that was at 8 minutes, so we're really not even half through, but that's just where we have to leave off. So tune in for part 2.